How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. We have news of XRP hitting $50 on one exchange. It actually did happen. I want to talk about that along with a cryptocurrency that is melting down and some new inflation data that just came in today. We're going to cover everything that's happening in the crypto market. If you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn on that bell notification so you can see future videos just like this one. If you want to know what I'm buying and selling, there's a link to Patreon. And if you want to trade crypto, there's a link down there to BITGET. And I just ordered one of these. I just made this today. I thought this looks pretty cool. Basically, Bitcoin is Freedom hat that I made. And on the back, established 2009 first block. So if you want to check that out, it's not showing up here yet on Spring if you scroll down underneath the video. But you can just click it and then it will bring you to my store. And then you can just pick the hat. It's right down here. So check that out if you want, but if not, that's fine. I'm going to get one and then we'll be wearing it in some of the videos. So Bitcoin has been pretty much unmoved here today. The overall market's down 0.31%. Bitcoin's down 0.21%. The general market, the traditional market, some of the stocks are falling down today on some inflation news, which we'll cover. But as you can see here, Bitcoin has bounced off this trend line several times, and we are getting closer to it. Actually, depending on what chart you look at, there's a 3-day chart that shows it pretty much hitting. I think, you can look at certain charts and make it look certain ways based on how much you scrunch it up, but we have a few more days or even weeks until we get closer to this trend line again on the 1 day. So I'd just be paying attention to that when we do get closer. Now, we did get some PPI information here. The producer price index is kind of a leading indicator because, again, it's the producers and how much they're paying. July was 0.3% versus 0.1% previous, and the estimate was 0.2%. So a lot of people kind of up in arms with this. The US PPI actual year over year was 0.8 versus 0.1% previous. The estimate was 0.7. And then the core PPI was higher than expected as well, coming in at 0.3 instead of 0.2. Overall, we're not going to head straight down for inflation. This is pretty much expected. CPI came a little bit better than expected. PPI is coming a little bit worse than expected. So it just kind of evens itself out. Obviously, this is just going to continue to progress, and inflation does seem to be sticky a little bit, but we've made so much progress. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't have the Fed increase rates anymore. Last time I checked, there's about a 10% chance of that they were going to raise by 25 basis points at the next meeting. SEC has decided to delay the decision on the ARK Spot Bitcoin ETF filing. A lot of people were playing this up yesterday that we could have some big explosion in crypto prices if this was approved. Now, I didn't think this was going to be approved, so I didn't even cover it, but I probably should in the future, just in case. The next deadline for this ETF is going to be 11/11/2023. Then the final deadline, 1/10/2024. I would not expect them to approve any of these ETFs before they have to. So I would probably be looking at 2024. They want to give the big companies as much time as possible to fill up their bags, and they will just continue to push these back. So don't get too excited when you hear that these deadlines are coming. I would expect this one to get approved, and then maybe some of these deadlines for the other ETFs, the second or the third deadlines, maybe then they will get approved then instead of being pushed back to the final deadline. So just keep an eye on that, but it's still a while off. XRP hit $50 on Gemini. XRP to the moon. There's some kind of pricing glitch when they allowed trading of XRP. So they did allow XRP to start trading on the platform, which is good news, but it went up about 100x overnight. Well, not overnight, but just for a second, it went up 100x on the platform. But it's just a pricing glitch again. So don't get too excited out there if you think you just got 100x on XRP. But some people would say that is going to happen in the future. We'll have to see. But I think this is good for XRP, obviously, that they're being listed on more and more exchanges. And, this is some free publicity for XRP as well. The SEC is appealing the XRP case, the Ripple case. So it was kind of interesting that all these big exchanges went out on a limb and started allowing trading of XRP, but Obviously, that can be drawn out for a very long time. We'll have to see what comes out of that. I would not be surprised if that took us weeks or months to hear about as well. Last thing I want to cover. This is a meltdown that's happening in crypto right now. NFT Meltdown continues. 100 DeGod market sold today by one entity. Price is down 30% and she still has 100 more left. So I said a crypto is melting down. This is a crypto product, crypto asset, because it's NFT. She sold 6 figures of dust with almost no liquidity in the main ETH pool, and that's down 50% too. And now on top of that, 100 loans are underwater on Blend. A lot of those at 100% APY. So if you ever get loans off of your NFTs and then someone goes and dumps, you can become underwater on them pretty quickly. This is one of the problems with NFTs in my mind, is just that they're very illiquid, and some people hold a large amount of these. So if they do end up selling, they can force the price down really quickly. And you can see here, the price was just 10 ETH. That was the floor. And then it fell down to now about 7.5 ETH. And that's just over a few weeks here. This is actually a little bit old data because this happened even past what we're looking at on here. But you can see volume starting to pick up. And again, just not a good situation for anyone that has these NFTs. It's tough because NFTs can outperform, and they're basically like a leveraged instrument on something like Ethereum, because you can gain more Ethereum. And if the price of Ethereum goes up too, it's kind of like a double whammy, but in the good way. So it's an interesting thing that you can do to amplify your bags, but it's highly risky. Like I said, high transaction fees, highly illiquid. Something that's like the much safer version of that is Bitcoin mining. And obviously that's not Ethereum, but this is Bitcoin. They do kind of work as leveraged instruments for crypto. CLSK over the last 2 days had earnings, so that's part of the reason they're up. But you can see they're widely outperforming Bitcoin. Even if you look at the year to date, 217% versus Bitcoin's 80 or 90%. So they are like a leveraged instrument because they do have leverage, they do have debt, so they are riskier than holding something like Bitcoin. But I mean, look at this, right? This was a market cap of a few hundred million. Now it's 718 million just in 8 months. Now, let me know your thoughts on all this underneath the video. I really do appreciate you watching. I will continue to bring you updates, so if you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn on that bell notification. Check out those hats if you want, and if you want to trade, you can check out the link down below to BITGET. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.